If you've ever had this feeling that something was terribly wrong with the world that we live in, but you couldn't figure out just what it was, then you've come to the right place. Secret societies, mystery religions, and the Illuminati have been controlling our reality since the beginning of time. But not anymore, because there is an awakening happening, and you are about to become a part of it. Wake up, because this is a call for an uprising.
This is a call for an uprising. Welcome to today's show. A few things that I need to discuss in regards to what is going on. It's almost a day-to-day basis. Some of these stories that pop out are so laughable. You think it's really out of a satire news station, but these are the news stations that people go to and rely on. The stories are incredibly hilarious, and I have to talk about some of this stuff that's going on, including recapping what I discussed yesterday in regards to the news that a lot of these healthcare facilities in Florida were releasing 100% positive results to skew the data, and the answer and the reason why that happened coming from, government officials' mouths as well as many others in Florida. I'll get to that in a few minutes because there's a few other things to discuss first. Starting with, has anyone seen this ritual, so to speak, in Madrid for the victims who have passed? It's literally a Masonic ritual. You could see, it almost looks like the ritual they did when those two big towers in New York went down. And you can see them all in a big ritual circle, right? Because, of course, they're in a circle. You can see the black and white symbolism on the ground. You can see, actually, the black and white symbolism with the chair because everyone's pretty much wearing black because it's pretty much a funeral, so to speak, with the white chairs. You can see the distance between the chairs, but what's funny about it is that this is to honor and pay tribute to people who have supposedly passed, and these people who are so concerned about getting sick. Yes, they're social distancing a lot in these images of where they're seated, but they're talking, they're socializing with each other face to face, and these are all politicians and supposed family members, aka Masons and Eastern Star Witches, who supposedly lost family members. So if you haven't seen this is going on in Spain. I'm sure stuff like this will be occurring in America at some point in time, and Trump won't show up, and they'll make a big deal about it, that Trump doesn't care about the victims, right? You could see the entire narrative playing out with the left-right divide. So check that out if you haven't. It just looks like a ritual in general, like most of these things do, because that's what they are. They're rituals. These people partake in satanic rituals, Masonic rituals, and this is, they're lucky they have their face masks on because half of them are probably laughing hysterically underneath. Now, another story, and this one I was laughing at because it just reminded me of a scene from a movie. They're running out of room at the morgues. Have you ever heard of such a thing? They're running out of room at the morgues. We're talking like 100,000, 200,000, according to the numbers of people that are passing and stuff like that. They're running out of room at the morgues in Texas, which is isn't it the biggest state or the second biggest state? And in Arizona. And they're bringing in refrigerated trucks for the bodies. Does this not sound just like the scene out of Goodfellas? Can you see that, right? What are they doing? Throwing them in there like they're cattle and piling them up on each other? Are they putting them on meat hooks? Just another one of these stories, right, to strike fear into people, to say the numbers are spiking, there's no room. Remember, we already heard no room at hospitals. Now there's no room inside the morgue. So they're throwing people in the backs of trucks, kind of like they do at Planned Parenthood with the bodies of the children. They throw them in the back of trucks, but nobody ever wants to talk about that and what they actually do with them. Here they're talking about that as well. And then on to the story I covered yesterday about the 100% positive results, because the national media did pick up on it. USA Today covered it. And they said the Florida Department of Health, in its daily updates on the outbreak, report multiple laboratories throughout the state, many of them small testing sites with 100% positivity rates. But Southwest Florida's dominant hospital system said Wednesday, it is incorrect to say 100% of their labs are positive. Yeah, you think? The Lee Health Hospital System is reporting that its laboratory testing of potential outbreak cases has shown an overall positivity rate of about 18%. So not 100%, 18%. I don't know. Call me crazy, but is that a big difference in discrepancy? 100%, 18%, you know? Would you rather bet on a 100% sure thing or an 18% sure thing? Oh, right. 18% is not 100%. So they're saying it's an 18%. Oops, not 100%, despite the state report showing that all people coming in for the tests at some of its labs have the actual virus. While it seems it's a statistical improbability, the state reports have shown all negative and all positive tests from labs since it began releasing the results in mid-March. The Department of Health issued a statement to Florida media blaming the labs for incorrectly reporting the data. They said, quote, in recent days, the Florida Department of Health noticed that some smaller private labs weren't reporting negative test result data to the state. The department immediately began working with those labs to ensure that all results were being reported in order to provide comprehensive and transparent data. Well, transparent data sure doesn't look like what they've been giving. The State Department of Health started producing daily virus summary reports March 16th. The first report included results from 42 labs, 29 of which reported 100% positive or 100% negative results. So that's how they're going to try to cover it up now. Well, they just reported the one side. Huh? What? These are professionals? Aren't these people? These are doctors and people. Please. Lee Health Labs first showed up in its daily summary on March 27 with 3 labs in Florida, reporting a total of 5 tests between them, all which were positive. Then they said, we are aware of a report by the Florida Health Department that shows 100% of the results were reported as positive. For the health and safety of our community, we have prioritized transparency. Have they? It seems like they've done nothing but just lopside this thing. And anyone who speaks against it or questions it gets censored, shut down, scolded in the media. They said, we've been accurately reporting our positive and negative test results to the Florida Department of Health, and we're working with the department to resolve the discrepancy. So listen as this continues on because it's funny. They said the state report only reflects tests done by these specific labs, which have processed a total of 29,557 tests. Of those, 5,000 have positive, 24,000, estimated, have been negative for a positivity rate of 18%. Yesterday was processed 638. Of those, 182 were positive, 446 were negative, so for a 28.5% spike in the number. Now, they go on to talk about this, and they say all positive reports are immediately faxed to the department. Quote, it is done this way to enable the state to be given contact tracing as quickly as possible with every positive test. They said when asked about some of these results, it's unclear how the discrepancies between the state hospitals might affect overall state statistics, if at all. They said on Wednesday the state counted 10,000 new cases, bringing the total number to 301,810. And the governor said Tuesday he's trying to figure out ways to speed test results with thousands of people suffering from it. Their answer on all of this and what has happened, they said, we don't know how it happened, and that their understanding is that it's all still being worked out. That's exactly what you would expect from government officials, hospitals, billion-dollar corporations, and labs. Yeah, we don't know what happened. Oops. Sounds like they dropped the soap, I guess, literally, on each other. Unbelievable how they get away with stuff like this, and still people go, oh, they just made a mistake. They just were reporting one side, not the other. Well, then how do you have discrepancy in the results, and then you tell people that this many people are testing positive in a state? Oh, that's not misleading the public. That's not creating fear, unnecessary fear, causing more and more people, not just everything that's come with this, anxiety, depression. People are afraid to go out. People are afraid to talk to each other because it's being ingrained in them. Remember, the repetition from all this stuff is it's like trauma-based mind control in a sense. It's breaking people down and wearing them down. This is an utter joke. So we have a ritual in Spain. Literally, a ritual, a mock. Look at these guys. They're you can't make it up, right? You got trucks coming in now because not only are hospitals filled, morgues are filled. There's not enough of them out there, folks. Maybe start your own. I hear it's big business. So they're throwing them in the back of of refrigerated trucks like Goodfellas. And on top of that, they're coming out with no explanation as to why 100% test results are being reported, but they're going to look into it for us. Thank you. That'd be nice of you. But we can't question any of this, folks. You can't question it. You can't be suspicious of it because these people who come across as absolute imbeciles, now we know they're not imbeciles. We know what they're doing and why they're doing it. But they come across as complete imbeciles. You think that zombies out there might wake up and say, these are the people we're relying on for data and results and for news? How dumb can they be? Each person gets dumber by the next. Exactly. But they're not really dumb. What they are sick and perverse, satanic filth. That's what they are. They know what they're doing. And they know that the American people are so drugged down on fluoride and chemtrails and poison in their food and everything else and the trauma-based mind control from the fear and the television and the fake news that they're just going to roll over and go back to sleep. That's what they know is going to happen. That's what they expect is going to happen. And sadly, it looks like that is what's going to continue to happen because nobody seems to care. Wear a mask all the time? All right, I'm used to it now. I guess I can go to the gym with a mask. Huh? Yeah, you want to fall face first on the treadmill? That sounds real healthy and great for your heart. But they tell you it's safe and it's okay, so I guess we can do it. They wouldn't lie and mislead us. They haven't told us they want to depopulate forever. From Ted Turner to Bill Gates to all of them. No. What a joke. Well, thank you guys for listening to today's show. Reminder, check out my website at callforuprising.com. Uncensored content over there. And again, the forum over there is worth it. You guys could share your information, your videos, your pictures, interact with others, fellowship with others. Many different topics, many different things going on. So check it out if you haven't. I want to thank the Patrons and thank all of you again here on YouTube. I love you guys. Thank you for your support. God bless you and your families.